What's going on, everybody? My name is Taylor Matthews. I'm the attorney at Dalworth Legal, and I wanted to make a quick video for y'all today to go over the Jonathan Joss situation and give my 2 cents as to why I don't think hate crime charges are coming in this case, at least not in state court. Quick disclaimer before we get too far into it. I am an attorney. I am licensed in Texas, but beyond that, I have no involvement with this case, so I'm still working off of the same publicly available news sources and press release blocks from SAPD and everyone else that anyone else on Google would have access to. um, I am recording this on June 11th, so maybe I publish this video and then on June 12th the Bexar County DA comes out and says no, this is going to be a hate crime. I don't know, just wanted to give my 2 cents, give y'all something to talk about. For those of you who don't know or don't quite remember all the details, Jonathan Joss was an actor best known for his roles in Parks and Recreation and King of the Hill. He was also killed by a neighbor at his home in San Antonio, Texas, at the start of Pride Month, which was really a tragic irony because Mr. Joss was, in fact, a gay man, and his neighbor had a long, fairly well documented history of homophobic behavior, apparently. Now, because of that, a lot of people are saying, we know the neighbor was homophobic, we know Mr. Joss was gay, and we know the neighbor killed Mr. Joss. So 1 + 1 = 2. Why are we not going to see a hate crime conviction here? The reason for that is a little complex, and I'm going to skip over some of the finer details, but in a nutshell, the way Texas law works is this. When you commit any given crime, there is a set punishment range codified in the law. If you specifically select a victim because of their nationality, sexuality, religion, or whatever else, then the state of Texas considers that a hate crime, and your crime's initial punishment range gets bumped up to the next level. The problem that I see with doing that in this case is that homicide, which is the most likely offense that they try to charge, is already a first-degree felony. And first-degree felonies are specifically exempt from the hate crime enhancement in Texas because they carry the most severe penalties that can be given by Texas courts short of the death penalty. What I think is more likely to happen here is that after the first stage of the trial, called the guilt-innocence phase, if Mr. Joss's neighbor is in fact found guilty of his murder, then during the second phase, the punishment phase of trial, the prosecutor probably will bring up all the bad blood between Mr. Joss and his neighbor's sort of documented bias and hatred over the years in order to try and sway the jury towards a more severe punishment. But like I said, as it stands, I already see the prosecutor trying to go for the first-degree felony conviction, which in Texas carries a maximum sentence of 5 to 99 years or life. And for those who are thinking it seems a little silly, like, why 99 years? Why wouldn't you just give a life conviction at that point? It just matters if you're trying to figure if or when someone can be eligible for parole. Like I said, I really just wanted this to be a quick little social media video bite to give folks something to talk about and kind of explain how the Texas hate crime statute works and why I don't necessarily think it's coming. I know that might not necessarily be the news that a lot of you were hoping to hear, and it may be. Like I said, I have nothing to do with the Bexar County District Attorney's Office, so I could be way off base here, but either way, I just wanted to weigh in for social media, and like I said, I skipped over some of the finer details of Texas law, so if someone wants to call me out on that in the comments, or if someone would like to see a follow-up video where I do go over a more detailed, maybe drier discussion of how the law works in this situation, please feel free to let me know. But either way, thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day.